Welcome to the Smite God reveal for Nike, Goddess of Victory. When a cunning hunter slays the fiercest beast, when the fastest runner bears a golden medal, when soldiers seize the day, these are the moments in which Nike, the winged goddess, is praised. Without her favor, failure is ensured and obscurity certain. Even the mighty Zeus seeks the favor of Nike. On the smoke-strewn fields of antiquity, when the god of thunder marched against the Titans, Nike fought by his side, her dauntless spear inspiring confidence in her allies and ensuring victory for Zeus. Without her, the outcome could have been vastly different, sending the whole world into chaos. So all hail the victor, as Nike takes to the battleground, as gods unleash their fiery wrath. Nike alone shapes the outcome, for history is written by the victor, and Nike is victory incarnate. Nike uses her passive, To Victor, to lead her comrades into battle. Nike sets 3 goals that the team can achieve to gain increased strength. Upon completing a goal, Nike's team gains a laurel that increases power and movement speed. This laurel can increase up to 3 times. The first goal is to eliminate 10 gods as a team. The second goal is to eliminate 200 minions as a team. The final goal is to have at least 2 allies that hit level 20. These goals can be achieved in any order. Nike's first ability is Rend. Nike slams the ground twice, sending out fissures that deal damage. If a target is hit twice, that target loses protections for 5 seconds. We are going to skip Nike's second ability, as understanding her third ability and ultimate is crucial to understanding her second ability. Nike's third ability is Valiant Leap. Nike leaps into the air, then crashes down at a target location, dealing damage and knocking up enemies. Nike's ultimate, Sentinel of Zeus, transforms her into an armored sentinel and sends out a shockwave that damages and slows enemies around her. While in this form, she gains a portion of her max health as a shield. Now that we have covered Nike's first, third, and ultimate ability, it is time to discuss her second ability, Plan of Action. Nike draws upon her vast battle experience to plan her next move. After activation, Nike's next ability gains bonus damage and an additional effect. If Nike's Plan of Action is active during her first ability, Rend gains an additional attack, striking the ground 3 times. If a target is hit all 3 times, that target is disarmed. If Nike's Plan of Action is active during her third ability, Valiant Leap travels to the target location much faster, allowing for a more accurate leap. If Nike's Plan of Action is active during her ultimate, Nike gains a much stronger shield and applies a much stronger slowing effect to enemies. Additionally, Plan of Action provides Nike with passive HP 5. A good Nike player will use her second ability, Plan of Action, according to the situation at hand. In situations where you need additional damage or to stop someone from basic attacking, augmenting her Rend is a strong choice. Additionally, augmenting Rend will be one of your strongest forms of wave clear in the early game. If you need to apply some strong CC to the enemy team, an augmented Valiant Leap can quickly knock someone up. Finally, your ultimate provides a strong, slow, as well as a lot of survivability, so augment Sentinel of Zeus if you feel like you are in a tight spot. Nike can dive into enemies and force them to deal with her, wasting valuable time that could be spent attacking your team. A good example of this would be leaping onto an opponent with your Valiant Leap and then using Plan of Action followed by Rend to deal a lot of damage while disarming your foe. If they want to stay, they will take some serious punishment for it. Nike can quickly engage an enemy team and start a team fight if she sees an opening. By using Plan of Action on Valiant Leap, you can quickly close the distance to the enemy team, catching them off guard and setting up Sentinel of Zeus to hit and slow as many targets as possible. Nike is a Greek warrior who focuses on constantly applying pressure to enemy teams and being a strong front line for her team, leading the charge. Rend deals strong and consistent damage. Valiant Leap allows her to dive revive the back line and disrupt the enemy team with a knockup. And finally, Sentinel of Zeus provides a strong team fight slow while helping Nike remain in the middle of the fight. Any of these three abilities can then be augmented by plan of action, depending on what you need for the situation. Pair Nike with other gods who can make use of enemies being distracted or slowed, such as Kukulkan, Ra, or Rama. Nike will want to start establishing lane presence during the early game, so getting your main clearing ability, Rend, will be your main focus. When Rend isn't available to be ranked, get a point into Valiant Leap to escape or engage, and Plan of Action to make Rend a stronger early game tool. After level 5, your priority will be Sentinel of Zeus, Rend, Valiant Leap, and Plan of Action. This priority order will maximize the damage Nike deals in the mid-game, and she will need the strength when fighting the most. Nike is a warrior who wants to get into the fray and stay there, meaning she will need to build tankier items to be effective. Start with Death's Toll, Boots, and Potions in the lane phase. Nike has a cleaving basic attack which works well with Death's Toll. Next, finish Warrior Tabby before moving on to your first tank item, Breastplate of Valor. The armor and cooldown reduction will help keep you alive while also letting you use your abilities more often. Crossbound Hammer is your next pickup, which will give you much needed health and a slowing effect, making it more difficult for enemies to escape Nike. Finally, you'll want to mix and match building Jotun's Wrath, Bulwark of Hope, and Mantle of Discord, depending on how the game is going. In situations where your team is ahead or you need your abilities up more often, Jotun's Wrath is a strong choice. Bulwark of Hope is especially potent against strong enemy mages and will let you survive much longer in a fight. Finally, Mantle of Discord is a strong item that will help you be tankier against the entire enemy team and give you an additional crowd control effect if targets choose to fight you. Thanks for watching the Smite God reveal for Nike, Goddess of Victory.